Good afternoon, good evening, and well, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Is that how it goes? Good afternoon, good evening. What's up, fam? Let's see. Is anybody out there? Give everybody a few minutes to get in here. See if anybody gonna come through tonight. See if anybody coming through this afternoon. I got a like, but I don't see nobody in the chat. Thank you though. Thank you for the like. Before I see who it is, I appreciate you though. I appreciate you though. What's going on with everybody? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Tanya. Good evening. Your what's that? WFTY? Is that what that says? Comac. Hey, hey, Comac. How you doing? Come on in, you guys. We're gonna have ourselves a government lesson tonight. Okay, we're gonna have ourselves a government lesson tonight because there seems to be some misunderstanding about how this government of ours works, and I think maybe some people don't quite understand it. So we're gonna give everybody a few minutes to get in here, and then we're gonna Oh, no problem. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Miss Tanya? Nah, it's no problem, baby. I just wasn't sure what it was. I was like, that's um some new shorthand that I don't know nothing about. It's always something different. I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't want to say nothing bad. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Welcome everybody. We're gonna have ourselves a government lesson tonight. Because I think people may be a little confused about how things work here in this United States of America. And there's been a lot going on these last 24 hours. Girl, I know autocorrect and my see me, because y'all know I got fat fingers, because I got a fat body. So I got fat fingers, and when I be trying to type, girl, my fingers hit everything except for what I'm trying to hit. So I understand, baby. I always got to double check what I meant to say versus what actually showed up before I get myself in trouble. Let me tell y'all one time, my principal. This was a few years ago. This when I worked at I worked at a small school, so they would send out, instead of they would send out she would send out group text because she pretty much had everybody, everybody's phone number, whatever. And she was trying to send out a group text telling us that we could wear. I want to say she was saying something about wearing t-shirts to work the next day or something like that. Like it was basically telling us we could dress down, but she was trying to type in shirt and she typed in shit and it went out as a mass a group text to the whole school. It was hilarious. I was like, might want to check that spell check before you hit that send button. But yeah, so all right, you guys, let me give everybody. Well, it's been 3 minutes. Y'all know I don't be having 5,000 people in my lives. It'd be small and intimate, so I got to give people a few seconds, few minutes to get in here before we get started. But I wanted to, like, real talk. I really wanted to have a conversation about how this government of ours works, so people understand what's really good. Before, I think people have a misconception about some things, and I'm gonna have to talk to the folks like I talk to my students when we get to talking about certain things in class. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. Everybody having a good day? Hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Comac, have I seen you before, Comac? I think I've seen your name before. I'm not sure. All right. Let me put my social media in here so people will have it. So people will have it. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. People will pop in. Either people will come in or they won't. You know how that goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. So we already know that these last 24 hours have been real hot on these YouTube streets. Um, rumor has it, let's just say rumor has it that Armand Wiggins has lost his page. Now, either he has voluntarily, according to his partner, called into Jay Wilson, shout out to Jay Wilson, show last night or early this morning, however you choose to look at it. It said that that it wasn't taken down. That Armand Wiggins has sort of put himself in timeout. That was the impression I got from what he was saying. Then we have the narrative that Justin J asked all of his followers to flag the comments that were made and flag the page or what have you. So people are a little upset by that. Why would he do that? That was wrong. Should people flag other people's pages and things like that? Um, and then, of course, there's the narrative that T.S. Madison and her camp did it. I honestly do not believe that T.S. Madison or her camp did it. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. She says that she doesn't, and she can't control what the Maddie Mob does. She can't control what everybody who's a fan of hers does. Let's be clear. But do I think that Madison herself or anybody that's in her camp, like her immediate camp, do I think any of them flagged it? I do not. I do believe that people heard the comments and people were offended and people made a decision to do what they chose to do. And the way Justin J explained, he called in the Tracy's show yesterday, and the way he explained it was that there's sort of a three strikes rule on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't differentiate per video. It's you get a complaint, you get a flag, and if they file out you violated their policy, then then you can't go live, and then the second strike you can't make videos past a certain amount of time or something like that. And then the third strike, they take your channel. But they don't differentiate and say, oh, well, we've gotten a lot of emails about this one particular video. So this one video, we're going to strike. You could get 3 phone calls about the same video, and that's what the punishment would be. So what it seems like is that, I didn't see the video. I heard the video. I didn't see the video. And heard what was being said. But what it sounds like, at least from where I'm sitting, is that there were probably a lot of inquiries or calls about this one particular video where Armand Wiggins went off. Now, I no need to rehash. I think we all know what went down. Hey, viewers of you. How you doing, boo? Thank you. Mwah. Thank you, baby. I think we all know kind of what went down. Hello, viewers of you. How you doing, girl? I think we all know what happened. T.S. Madison was on Queen Radio with Nicki Minaj. Some statements were made. Armand felt that they were about him. Now, from my understanding, she never said his name, but okay, he felt like the subliminals were sent. And as a result, he went to his platform and responded. Now, his response was very explosive. As a response to his response being explosive, people reacted. Whomever those people may have been, they reacted. And as a result, the Armand Wiggins page is gone, whether that be temporarily or whether that be permanently. It is not there. So here's where the lesson comes in, y'all. And I'm trying to wait for some people to get in here because I want to make sure y'all hear me and hear me clear. This is what I tell my students all the time. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence. That is 2 different things. In this country, we do have what is called freedom of speech. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing, boo? We do have what's called freedom of speech. We absolutely do. We do not have freedom of consequence. So, for example, the example that I always give my students, you have the freedom to curse me out. You absolutely have that right to do that. You have a right to look me in my face and call me everything but a child of God. You do. In this country, you have that right. That does not mean that there will not be a consequence for your comment. Hey, Kwani, how you doing, boo? The channel is back. Good. Okay, so the channel is back, but the lesson is the same. Thank you, Kwani. I appreciate it, baby. How you doing? Mwah. I think this is your first time in my chat, Kwani. How you doing? Welcome, babe. But here's the thing, because what I've been seeing all day long, and the reason why I said, let me just put my 2 cents, and I said this in somebody's chat I was in earlier when they were defending what Armand did, and they was like, this is just censorship. It's freedom of speech. He should be able to say whatever he wants to say. He can. He can. Well, his partner said last night or this morning on Jay Wilson, he called in the Jay Wilson show and he said Armand's channel is fine. What I think may have happened is that Armand may have shut his own channel down and cleaned up some stuff before he put it back up so that it wouldn't get flagged. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking maybe he took some videos off, or specifically took that video off, and maybe gave some time because the block was high. You see what I'm saying? I feel like maybe that's what he did. When his partner called in and said, "Hey, the channel has not gone anywhere. We'll be back." I think that's what he did. Exactly, Kwani. I think he took it down himself because he knew he stepped in it. He knew he stepped in it. And I think he took it down himself, gave himself 24 hours to woosah and maybe take care of some other business behind the scenes that needed to be taken care of. I'm sure that video is gone now. I'm sure it's no longer up. And then put it back up. And I'm sure he's going to do a really nice video or interview or something where he's going to tell his side of the story. I'm sure he is. So with that being said, I'm happy for him. I'm not a fan one way or the other. Like, I don't dislike him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, his community wall is clean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I bet you that's what he did. He took that stuff. He took his own page down so that he could sanitize, because he knew what was if he had left it up, that's exactly what was going to happen. So he did the smart thing. Hey, Betty White, that was a smart move. That was a very smart move for him to take it down himself, sanitize it, and then put it back up. And I promise y'all, probably 24 to 48 hours, it's gonna be his side of the story type video or whatever. Now, let me talk for a second, because I'm gonna keep going with my lesson, because it was Armand Wiggins was the catalyst, but he wasn't the only thing. Because a lot of people who I'm still relatively new to YouTube. When I say relatively new, I've been on YouTube less than 2 years. So I still feel like I'm a newbie. But even since I've been on YouTube, the community guidelines have changed. Here's what's going on, y'all. The community guidelines are changing in response to things that happen. When something goes down, hey, Jay Parrish, when something goes down on YouTube, like that big YouTuber who had the suicide on, or different things that happen, and then YouTube gets blowback, then what happens when YouTube gets blowback about what they've let on why did YouTube leave it up there? Why didn't YouTube take that video down? It's YouTube's fault. I promise y'all what ain't gonna happen. YouTube ain't gonna take the fall for us acting a fool up here. They're not. They're not gonna act a fool. I mean, they're not gonna take the fall for us acting a fool. So then what ends up happening is then they revamp their community guidelines and they send it out to us YouTubers and say, hey, these are the new rules. And either you're going to abide by these rules or you're no longer going to be able to use our service. Understand something. We, like Jay Wilson said, shout out to Jay Wilson, we are contractors. YouTube allows us to use their platform to put out our content. They have rules for how you can put out your content. And either you're going to follow their rules or you're not. Yes, the rules have changed. You used to be able to come on YouTube and curse every other word and talk about people mamas and all kinds of stuff. But they are trying to eliminate a lot of that. And it's going to hit certain people harder than it's going to hit others. But it's not censorship. Somebody said, oh, it's censorship. Well, let me not say it's not censorship. It is censorship, but it's legal. We have censorship all over the world, all over this. It's a free country, but censorship still exists in certain arenas. So for example, I can make whatever video I want to make on YouTube. I just can't make it public. I can make it private. Because when you start talking about, all right, Betty White, when you start talking about monetization, now we start getting into advertisers and what people are willing to pay for. Again, think of it as a TV show. The reason why network TV can't do the same thing that cable TV can do is because network TV has different guidelines through the FCC as cable does. The reason why you don't hear the same kind of language, the reason why or before a certain time. Like, you're not going to hear certain language on network TV before, 8 o'clock, I think it is, 8 or 9 o'clock. You're not going to see certain type of love scenes on before a certain time. because it's all about the FCC putting in guidelines as to what people can and can't do, and it's all about advertisers. Certain shows can charge more than other shows for their advertisement based on their ratings. And then advertisers can in return say, look, I pay XYZ amount of money to advertise on this show. I don't want to see such and such and such. Remember back in the day, the Ellen show, when Ellen DeGeneres had her sitcom back in the day on ABC, the show was a hit. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved Ellen's show. She was funny. The show was a hit until she decided to come out, say she was gay, and want to kiss a woman on TV. All of a sudden, the advertisers pulled out. People didn't want had nothing to do with the show. And once the advertisers pull out, it doesn't matter how much the network wants to support you. It's a business. It's a business. So I come back, hey boo, hey tribe. I'm over here riding out. Oh, it's thunderstorming down there in Georgia. Oh man. Knock on wood, we haven't had one of those really bad thunderstorms in a while. It rained yesterday, but it wasn't that real bad thunderstorm. But you be safe, girl. You be safe. So when people start talking about, oh, YouTube is trying to censor us, yeah, well, they are, but they have a right to do that because you don't have to use their platform. You don't have to use their platform. So they can put guidelines in place. Now let's get to the comments that were made. And again, I'm glad to see that Armand's channel is back up. But let's get to the comments that were made. I also saw what people were saying. Well, he wasn't talking about the whole LGBTQ community. He was talking about one person. Well, he's LGBTQ, so he can say what he wants to say because he's not talking about everybody. He's just talking about that one person. And he's a member of the community, so he can say what he wants to say. Like I saw all these comments today. Again, remember the day and time that we are living in. Things you cannot say and do the same things that people used to be able to say and do and get away with. You can't be out here calling people all kinds of derogatory terms. Again, it doesn't matter if you're talking about one person. When you make a blanket statement, if I'm a part of that community and I'm offended by it, you can't tell me not to be offended. You can't say to me, well, I wasn't calling all Black women lazy and uneducated. I was calling that one Black woman lazy and uneducated. But if your statement was these lazy, uneducated Black women, da 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 da, I get to be offended by that because you're making a statement about all of us. And just because you're Black doesn't mean it's less offensive. You understand what I'm saying? So when Armand he was clearly upset. And when he made those comments that he made, do I think he's homophobic and all that? No, I don't think that. I think he was upset and he went for the jugular and that's how it came out. That's what I think went down. But does that make it okay? No, it doesn't make it okay. But I want people to understand that we do have freedom of speech in this country. We just don't have freedom of consequence. And those are two very distinct differences that people need to understand, that you can do what you want to do. You have that freedom, but there's a consequence for those freedoms. Y'all remember way back in the day when they did that 9/11 tribute and Kanye West said, George Bush don't like Black people. He had a right to say it. He had a right to say it. That didn't mean that there was no consequence behind it. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want people to understand when people start talking about censorship and it's censorship, and we have our First Amendment rights and YouTube don't have, yes, they do. YouTube has a right. When you create a YouTube page and you agree to the terms and conditions of the YouTube community, that gave them permission. That gave them permission. Hey, it's just Shane. See, that's the thing. Nobody knows if that's who. T.S. Madison never said his name. Now, he took it as a subliminal shot. Now, he did do that. And he said that he felt like that's that she was talking about him. And the reality is she probably was talking about him. I don't know, but she never said his name. She never said his name. But you know what they say? A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. Now, again, if somebody has audio of her saying him, calling him by name, then I need to hear it because I didn't hear that. I didn't hear her call him by name. And then him and Gio got into it, and then he started calling Gio all kinds of, words. So again, you have a right to say what you want to say, but you don't have freedom of consequence. And I just need people to understand that there's a difference. Flagging people's channels. Now, the other thing I heard was people saying that, oh, you shouldn't flag people's channels and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that and this, that, and the other. Well, why not? If you feel like you were offended, if you feel like you were that the conversation was about you and that you were called out your name and you were disrespected and it was a violation, that is what that tool is there for. Now, here's the problem. Do people misuse that tool? Absolutely. Do people abuse the tool? They sure do. But the tool is there for that reason. The tool is there so that people who violate YouTube can be alerted, because YouTube can't be everywhere at all the time. Now, is it abuse? Yeah, it's abuse. People flag channel just because they don't like what's being said. But all you do is you go for a review. YouTube will review the channel. Review the video and say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with this video, and it'll be fine. Hell, my videos get flagged. And I don't think it's people flagging my videos. I think it's just YouTube is just, being overly sensitive these days because of situations. And a lot of times they review the video and then they say, okay, it's good to go. It happens to me all the time. And I don't be on here talking about nobody. I honestly thought she was throwing a shot at ATL, and TS said the person would know. So, yep, a hit dog will holler. Yeah, again, Madison got more than one person that don't rock with her. You know what I mean? She has more than one person that she don't get along with. And so, yeah, she could have very easily been talking about ATL. She could have been talking about Armand Wiggins. She could have been talking about Andrew Caldwell. Like, she could have been talking about any number of people who have come for her. It didn't automatically mean it was him. Leah Moore, let's hope they all get over it and get back to work. There's room for all of us on these streets. Absolutely there is. Absolutely there is. And again, I ain't in that beef. I'm just talking about when people start talking about what you can and can't do and what you have a right to do and don't have a right to do. That's all I'm talking about. And I'm just saying that people need to understand that censorship, I think people have a misunderstanding of what freedom of speech is. Now we have freedoms in this country that other countries don't have. So, for example, once again, I'll use the Kanye West situation as an example. Kanye West had a right to go on national TV and criticize the president. There was a consequence for him, but he didn't get arrested. He didn't go to jail. He didn't have to go to court. We can criticize our leader. We can criticize the president, Congress, the governor, the mayor. And the consequence isn't jail. But the consequence for Kanye West was, for a little while, people was kind of giving him the side eye. I don't think his music career ever really was hit, but as far as him going on TV and stuff like that, he had a reputation for a while. Some things happened, but that's when people say that we have freedom of speech in this country and we have a right. That's what people are talking about. We have a right to do in this country. That doesn't mean that you just get to go out here willy-nilly and go out and talk out the side of your neck. Hate speech is hate speech. We don't have to agree with what hate speech is. You might feel like it's not hateful to say these things, but it is hateful. It is offensive to people. So much room. Exactly. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of room out here. And again, people, I'm not saying that people, I'm not saying that people, y'all gotta take these damn braids out my head. I'm not saying that people shouldn't feel the way they feel. People who support Armand Wiggins were upset, and they had a right to be. They had a right to be upset because they supported Armand Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? And they were upset at what they felt like happened to his channel. But I want you to put yourself in the shoes of a transgender woman and listen to what he said. He could say, well, I was talking about one person, I wasn't talking about everybody. It doesn't matter. Listen to what he said. What he said was, he said some vile stuff. So people had a right to be upset by it. People had a right to be offended by what he said, because he said some vile stuff. Hey, how you doing? You at work popping in? Well, how you doing, boo? How you doing, boo? I think yes, I just wanted to say that. I just want people to understand how this works. That YouTube has a right to put their guidelines in place. And when you agree to set up a YouTube channel, you agree to those guidelines. You know what the guidelines are. Now, whether you read them or not, that's up to you. But you know what those guidelines were. And when you violate those guidelines, there's a progressive discipline put in place for a first, second, third offense. And there's also a review process in place. If you say, hey, I didn't do anything to violate this, I didn't do anything wrong, and you can go and it can go up for review. And once it is reviewed, then YouTube will make a determination as to whether you violated their policy or not. That's really what it boils down to. I'm glad to see that the channel is back up, but I think it's a lesson learned for everybody. And again, for people who've been on YouTube for a long time and they used to be able to say certain things and do certain things, you got to understand now the rules are changed. You don't have to like the fact that the rules have changed, but the rules have changed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sean, how you doing, boo? Now, the other half of my 2 cents that I wanted to throw out there. I ain't coming off the porch, y'all. I'm not about to go off on nobody. I'm not about to go left. I think that James is handling that whole situation very well. However, I do want to address this whole idea of changing narratives. Once again, you don't get to come for me and then get upset at how I respond. You see what I'm saying? So that that chick that's been getting into it with Mother over the last week or so has been doing a really good job of changing the narrative. She's been doing a really good job of throwing a rock and hiding her hand. And then when he responds, then all of a sudden it's, I can't believe he said this. I can't believe she said that. I can't believe he came at me like that. I can't believe. But you came at him first. Hey, Harriet, it don't work like that. You don't get to piss me off and then tell me how mad to get. You just don't get to do it. You don't get to do that. So when you come for somebody, just because they come harder than you, or they come a little bit better than you, or they come a little different than you, you don't get to be mad about it. You just got to take the L and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And then you let yourself get so mad and so worked up that you done cussed everybody out, including your own subscribers. You done cussed your own subscribers out. That's how mad you got. You done told all of them that they was broke. She said, you damn right that I want my super chat because everybody else out here getting super chats. I want a super chat too. Do you understand how elementary school you sound? She got a piece of candy. I want a piece of candy too. Do you understand? I mean, people give super chats because they want to give a super chat. There is no obligation. Again, this whole platform is free. It is free. Like Random TV Reviews said, it's free 99 to log up into these YouTube streets. It is free 99. And if I choose to never give a super chat to nobody, I get to watch and do the same thing as everybody else. I do videos all the time and don't get super chats. I'm cool with that. It is what it is. It is what it is. There are times when James would do a video and he'll get super chat after super chat after super chat after super chat. And then there are times he'll do a video and he might not get $10 because it's not, you know what I mean? Like and I know that there are people who are always asking for super chats, and I know that. I know that that's what it is. But for you to get so mad that you don't tell your people, I'm going to stop at an hour unless y'all give me a super chat. Do you know how crazy that sounds? Do you know how crazy you sound saying y'all only gonna get an hour of my time for free? After that, you gotta pay. Now, again, if your subscribers choose to pay, go for it. Go for it. But you're gonna cuss people out because they ain't want to give you a super chat, baby. Baby, that is funny to me. That is funny to me. And now people get mad. Then I've heard people, want to call for James. Oh well, she's a woman and he shouldn't say that and he shouldn't do this and he shouldn't do that. But they conveniently want to forget that she came for him first multiple times. Multiple times. It ain't like she said one thing to him and he went off on her. She has come for him multiple times. And then he responds and now he wrong. He disrespectful. How dare you? How dare you? How dare Yeah. People funny. People are so funny. People are so funny out here in these YouTube streets, baby. Out here in these YouTube streets. But yeah, so I just had look, y'all know me. I just had my little 2 cents to get off my chest, my little 2 cents to say. I just want y'all to understand freedom of speech ain't freedom. Y'all want to keep acting like that there should be no consequence for bad behavior. There's consequence. There's consequence, and it's all across the board. It's all across the board. You can't walk into your office, you can't walk into your job and cut somebody out at work without it being a consequence. You had a right to say it, but there's going to be a consequence. Is your glasses single vision? Huh? What you mean? Like, are they bifocals? Or are you saying I'm like biased? I don't understand what you mean. Tell me what you mean, Harriet. I mean, are they bifocals? No, they're not bifocals. I'm blind as hell, but they're not bifocals. If that's what you're asking me. But yeah, y'all do that. Try that at work. Go to work tomorrow and decide you're gonna cut somebody out. Tell me what consequence you hit. Tell me the consequence that happens to you. Go on and call your boss all kinds of MFers and this, that, and the other. And y'all let me know what happens. Y'all tell me how that work out for y'all. And then tell me that we got freedom of speech in this country and that's censorship. You tell me how that works out. You let me know. Oh, you said no. Tell me, Harry, I'm not trying. I just don't understand the question, babe. But no, I don't. If that's what you're asking, then no. These are not bifocals. These are regular lenses. They tried to give me bifocals. I said, no, baby, I can't do it. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll wait a minute. Yeah, so y'all do that. Be careful. Be careful about what, boo? What I need to be careful about? Tell me. I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm asking for clarification. I'm not sure what she's asking me. That's why, because I don't know. She seemed like she's a James fan. So that's why I didn't take offense. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it view, you know me. I don't be tripping. I don't be tripping. But y'all conduct that experiment tomorrow at work. Y'all go cut y'all boss out and then tell me what happens. Bring that back to me. And tell me what happens when your boss said, but I have freedom of speech. We got freedom of speech in this country. Y'all let me know what happens. Y'all let me know what happens. And then we'll talk about it then. It is what it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. You know what? I do need to I said I was going to start trying some of those websites to get the different types of frames and stuff like that. I said I was going to do that. Exactly. Exactly. It is. It is. Oh, to replace my sunglasses that got stolen. Girl, my feelings are still hurt behind that. And again, it's not about the materialism of it because, yeah, they were my little Gucci glasses and I got my little feelings hurt and my little Gucci glasses got stolen. But it's just more of a violation. Like, how dare you take something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody steals from you, it's just a whole nother, it's a level there that when somebody steals something, like, I work hard for that. Like, I didn't just cut a check and was like, here you go. I work hard for what I have. And you just gonna decide you're gonna come and take it. Cause you just decide that's what you want. You just want to go through my car and take whatever you decide is valuable to you. Ugh. Right, Leah. Okay. Okay, exactly. Harriet, it's okay, boo. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. I don't I don't automatically assume that people have ill feelings. I mean, I don't automatically assume that somebody's being mean or nasty. I just want clarification. So we good, girl. But I do need to check out those websites because I have some friends that have used. I have one of my really good friends. I promise y'all, she got about 20 pair of glasses. She got a different pair of glasses for every outfit, and she's color coordinated down, baby. That's right. Blame it on the alcohol. So I guess we could blame it on the alcohol. We could blame it on the weed. It's all good, baby. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's freedom of speech in this country. But when people talk about it's the same thing with gun control. People take that whole I have my Second Amendment rights to carry a gun. They're taking it out of context of how it was originally meant. Freedom of speech was that you can't go to jail for talking about our leader. You can't be persecuted for your opinions. Like the press has freedom of the press, but there has to still be a responsibility. If the Washington Post goes out here and posts and prints a story that they know to be false, they can be there are consequences, and those consequences that they're gonna have to pay a whole lot of money. That's called libel. It's called defamation of character. You cannot knowingly make false statements. Do you have a right to say it? You have a right to say it, but there is a consequence. That's what people need to understand. So people who want to start talking about, well, I could say this and I could say that. It's my channel. It's my this. It's my that. You do. But there's a consequence. I could sit in my living room and call everybody anything I want to call them, and nobody ever have to hear it. I can't go in the middle of a movie theater and say that same stuff. There's a consequence. Now the consequence is probably going to be that I just get put out the movies, but there's a consequence. Yes, Sylvia. Yeah, my really good friend of mine. She's got man. Okay, you have 11, Harriet. I'm gonna look into it because yeah, they're $20. They're not really expensive. My only problem is because I am blind, y'all. I'm worried about. See, I'm not good with mailing stuff back and forth. Is it easy, Harriet? Is it easy to mail that stuff back and forth? Like, is it pre-packaged and all I gotta do is put it in an envelope, put it in the mail, or do I have to like go to the post office and do all that other set all that stuff? Is it easy? Words cut like a knife. So if I go for your throat, don't put limits on a fight. Hey, it's easy. All right. I'm gonna believe you, Harriet. I'm gonna believe you. You said it's easy. Because I said, like I am gonna do it because really, to be honest with y'all, I splurged. I really did splurge on those glasses, and I sat at that store for a long time and talked myself into buying those damn glasses. I had money to burn on my flex spending, and that's really why I did it. I ain't one of them people that just out here just willy nilly spending that kind of money on glasses. You know what I'm saying? But I had money on my flex spending, and I needed to use it. So, but you tell me it's easy, Harriet. So if you tell me it's easy, I'm gonna believe you, girl. I'm gonna believe you, girl. But yeah, so I ain't coming off the porch. Get your prescription from your eye doctor. Okay, I have that. And you go on the site, and it's a step by step tells you where to put your numbers, and there you can film. Okay, and you confirm it. I've never had a problem. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try. I ain't gonna say when I'm gonna try it. It probably won't be any. It probably be sometime in the next couple of months because it probably maybe next month, maybe September. Once I got some stuff going on, but I'm gonna try it. And when I do, I'm a wear them. I'm gonna post them and I'm gonna wear them and let y'all see how y'all like them. Cause I like a variety, and I've gotten into at one point in time, I always I wasn't very adventurous with my frames. Like I just got basic frames, blah blah blah. But now I'm trying to be a little more adventurous, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I think everybody thought I was gonna jump off the porch. Y'all know how I be riding for my boo. I thought people thought I was gonna jump off the porch. I ain't jumping off the porch for this chick. Let me tell you why I'm jumping off the porch for this chick. A couple of reasons. I really One, he handling it. He don't never need me to jump off the porch. He don't never need me to jump off the porch. But for real, he handling this, y'all. Two, this chick, she a little special. She a little off. She's a little special. And I just ain't trying to go down that road with her. Because I just ain't trying to do it. But if she keep acting stupid, she gonna make me come off the porch. But I'm chilling for right now. I'm on the porch drinking me some lemonade, playing with my bat and ball. Remember the bat and balls? I'm sitting on the porch playing with my bat and ball. Y'all remember the bat and ball? Chilling. I am chilling, y'all. Let me see. Something else I was gonna say, y'all, before I get off here, because I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes. Yeah, James always got it. Y'all, James don't never need me. Let's be clear. He don't never need me to come off the porch. I just like to act up sometimes. Yeah, now that's one I've heard of before. Zelo. Oh, okay. Now they did want me to the last time I got my prescription, they want me to get the visible line, the invisible bifocal line or whatever. And I didn't want to get them because I was like, I've heard some mixed reviews on them. But see, what I might do, if I can get them for cheap, then I might give me a couple of cheap pairs to see how my eyes work with them. Yeah. And see, I don't like the transition lenses because I'm too much of a control freak. I want to control because I really don't wear sunglasses that much. I want to control when I put my sunglasses on. I don't want them to change for me. You take your glasses off to read. I know some people who do that. Take the glasses off to read. Yeah, I know some people do that. Ugh, that's soda flat. Ugh. Yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna be on here too long, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I'm taking this class this week, and when I tell y'all that class, and the class itself isn't kicking my butt. It's getting my butt up in the morning that's kicking my butt. I came home yesterday. I came home today, and both days I took a nap. Yesterday I meant to take a nap. Today I did not mean to take a nap. I called myself listening to something, and next thing I know, it was listening to me, baby. So I need to get ready to get my dinner, because Basketball Wives comes on at 8. I still ain't done Ambitions, and then Queen Sugar come on tonight. So I got to get that done and still get my butt in bed at a decent time. So I ain't gonna be. Yeah. Oh, hey, how you doing, Shauna? I'm the old lady. You right. That's me. So I ain't gonna be on here too much longer because I'm gonna get my dinner at 7:28. Yeah, I'm gonna get off at 7:30. So I give me 30 minutes to get my dinner and stuff together before Basketball Wives comes on. And what I'm gonna try to do while I'm eating dinner, I'm gonna watch Ambitions, so I can try to do my Ambitions tonight, Basketball Wives tonight, and Queen Sugar tonight. That's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I tried to get Ambitions out last night, but I ended up doing Love and Listings, and then doing Pose. Oh, Sylvia, where's mine? That sounds so good. Garlic, shrimp, and potato. Baby, that sounds good. First of all, I love shrimp. I love garlic, so that already sounds good. And a salad. Where is mine? That sounds so good. I don't know why. I just said that soda was flat, didn't I? Why did I finish that soda? Let me tell y'all something. This is what I'm about to have for dinner. I got a choice of two. Let me tell y'all what I'm about to eat for dinner because I'm not cooking nothing. I'm either gonna throw me a pizza in the oven. I got me a frozen pizza in there. I'm either gonna throw me a pizza in the oven, or B, pour me a bowl of cereal. It's that kind of night. It's one or the other. It's that kind of night, y'all. Oh, I love me some seafood. I love me some seafood. Try the cheap frame with the free lenses for your first order. That's what I'll do. I'll try it. Yeah, girl, some cereal. Now I can eat cereal. I can eat cereal for dinner every night. I, I'm good. Me and cereal, we cool. I could do cereal on a regular basis. I could do cereal especially in the summertime. Okay. Well, so up here we have Maryland crabs and all that up here, and I've always been a seafood lover. I love me some seafood. Um, During the summer, I could do cereal or salads. In the winter, it's soup. I can eat soup for dinner. In the winter, I can do soup every night. Oh, I like pho too. I like pho, Harriet. It's hot, but I just don't feel like cooking. I need to go to the grocery store. You know how when You need to go to the grocery store so you have like odds and ends. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where I am right now. And then I have some stuff like I had some lunch meat, but I think it's been in there a little too long, so I don't want to make a sandwich. Um, I got some kale, but I don't really have any meat thawed out, so I can make. I mean, I could cook some kale real quick, but I want something a little heavier on my stomach. I know I want some meat or something like that. But it's funny how I say I want some meat or something like that. But if I eat me like 2 bowls of cereal, I'm good. I'm good. Probably before I go to bed, I might want some, want a little something, something. And that's where I try to eat healthy. I'm trying to get back on the wagon, y'all. Ooh, trying to get back on the wagon. I do too, Sylvia. I hate going to the grocery store. When I say I hate going to the grocery store, I loathe going to the grocery store. The grocery store and the gas station. I don't know well, I know what it is about gas stations. I'm gonna tell you what it is about gas stations. This to let you know how old I am. I think I got some new people in here, so I'm gonna put my social media and stuff in there, you guys, because I've been getting more people on my Instagram. It's been fun seeing y'all on my Instagram. But here's why I don't like gas stations. For y'all older people, y'all know what I'm talking about. In the late 70s, there was a gas crisis, and it used to be gas lines used to be down the street. And I remember as a kid, probably late 70s, early 80s. I remember as a kid sitting in line with my mama or with my daddy just to fill up the gas tank. And I just remember it taking a ridiculous amount of time to get gas. So I don't know. I think it's just a mental thing now that I just hate going to the gas station. I just hate it. I'm not one of them people that top off their gas tank. Like I have friends that every time their gas tank gets to a half a tank, they get more. No, because I don't like going. I don't wait for my car to be empty either. But trust and believe. The worst thing they ever did was let you know how many more miles you had till you had to fill up your tank. Like before, when I just looked at the gas thing and I would say, okay, once it get past a quarter of a tank, then I would fill up my tank. Now I know how many miles I have left. Oh, 50 miles till I need to get gas. Okay, I'm gonna push it till it's at 20. Baby. Okay, Sylvia. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think it's a mental thing with me now that I just don't wanna. Oh, I don't want to go to the gas station. And the same thing with the grocery store. Going to the grocery store used to be like an event. Oh, because going to the go up and down the aisles. Oh my gosh, I used to hate it, y'all. I used to hate it. Oh, oh, so you one of them people, Harriet, that you wait till it get to a half a tank. I understand people who do that, but I have a friend. If her thing go down below a half a tank, she acting like she about to run out of gas on the side of the road. I'm like, baby, you got a half tank of gas, you good. But whatever makes you comfortable while you out here on these streets. I know, like when it's bad weather and stuff, I make sure I have a full tank of gas. Like when they calling for snow or that kind of stuff, I make sure I got a full tank of gas. But just on a regular, like right now, I filled up my tank. When did I fill up my tank? Must have been Monday. Dang, today's only Wednesday. No, it was Sunday. Filled up my tank Sunday. Or was it Monday? Shoot, I don't remember. But I've been driving back and forth to this class all week, and so I'm back down to a half a tank of gas. I'm like, golly. Oh, you wait till you have three-fourths of a tank. Right, exactly, Jay Parrish. You could only get a certain amount of gas. Like you couldn't just gas up willy nilly. You could only get a certain amount of tanks of gas, and like you said, it was rationed off. And I remember that, and I remember sitting with my mama, and then it's hot. I remember being hot, Lord. You sitting there. See, my parents, they had a old Lincoln Town car with them old leather seats but it was that old sitting in that thing, hot, mad, ready to go home. He said, I'll fill up tomorrow. Yeah, well, I know you're gonna fill up before you on the side of the road. Let me see. I ain't figured it out yet. I think I'm leaning towards cereal, y'all. Because I don't feel like cutting on the oven and waiting. I can have me a bowl of cereal in 5 minutes. Ugh. Decisions. I'm about to get off here. Yeah, my regular crew ain't came through here. They're gonna be mad when they see I went live and they missed it. Ebony and all of them. But it's cool. I think I done got used to going live regularly when school start back up. I ain't gonna be able to go live like this, y'all. But I enjoy going live. I enjoy talking to y'all. I really do. I ain't gonna lie. I really like talking to y'all. You too, Miss Harriet. I'm right behind you, babe. I'm about to get off this line right now. Not I work at home. You didn't get the notification, Sean? I don't know what that is. Y'all know YouTube be tripping like that sometimes. And I meant to put it on Instagram because somebody said something about putting it on Instagram. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But I meant to put it on Instagram today. But I told y'all I came home. I called myself listening to something. I laid across the bed and was listening to something. And next thing I know, it was the thing I was listening to was over. And it was an hour later. I know, Shauna, but we'll go back to doing. I'm not saying I can't go live at all during the week, but it won't be like it is right now. But it'll be on weekends. It'll be on the weekend. I still be getting it in on the weekends, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. Y'all have a good evening, and I will see y'all next time. But yeah, watch for them videos tonight. Bye, Tanya. Thank y'all for coming through. I talked to some new people today that I ain't really had a lot of conversation with. It was good talking to y'all. Good talking to everybody. Y'all have a good one. Peace.